Hello and welcome to today's video. We are going to do my May wrap-up. In May, I think I read 9 books, if I can count correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I read 9 books in May, so let's go through them. The first one I read was The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, I believe. This is the first book of the Dreamland Billionaire series, and I honestly picked this up because there's a special edition that just came out recently and I saw it in store, and I didn't want to buy the special edition if I didn't know I was going to like the book, so I was like, I'm going to read it first. And it was a fun read. It was cute. It follows, I believe our main male character is Rowan. He is an F1 racer. Nope. That's a different book by Lauren Asher. My bad. And Rowan is one of the sons of, I guess like his grandpa just recently passed, and in the will he is leaving, you know, like the Dreamland amusement parks to his 3 grandsons, but in the will they each have certain, like, I guess tasks they have to accomplish in order before they can get their inheritance. And Rowan's is he has to, I think, see what's going, like what the problem is, or like how to improve, I guess, the systems at Dreamland and how things work. And he meets our main female, which is Zara, I believe. And she works at, I think, like the princess makeover hut thing at Dreamland, but she would love to be a creator. So like people who design different rides and different exhibits at the Dreamland music park. And so it kind of follows their story, and it's really cute. I don't want to say too much, but that's kind of the gist of it. You know, he's a broody, grumpy billionaire, and she's a sunshine, everything, you know, always looking on the positive side, works at like a Disneyland dupe place, pretty much. And that's another reason why I really wanted to read this, because I love Disney. Yeah, so that one was really good. I quite enjoyed it. And let's move on to the next one. After The Fine Print, I read Into the Woods by Jenny Holiday. So I did a little challenge where I had to physically read this book for, like, I did a challenge where I only physically read for a week. Being an audiobook reader, that's a lot for me. But I read this one during that week, and it was pretty good. I gave more of my thoughts in that vlog if you want to check it out. It's already up, but it was good. It was, you know, it wasn't my favorite, but I also didn't hate it. So there's that one. And then let me double check here. I think I'm going in order of when I read them. I think that one was on my May TBR that I picked from my jar. So is this next one, which was Blood Marked by Tracy Dion. This was a reread for me. So I've already read this one, and I pretty much feel the same as I did the first time around. This is the second book in the Legendborn cycle series. Can't remember. Does it say on here? Legendborn cycle. Yeah, see, I got it the first time. So this is the second book, and we're still following Bree, and some more things are going down, political things in the Legendborn world. We see a bit more of Selwyn and Bree, which I love Selwyn so much. I am really excited to read Oathbound, which is one of my books I picked for June. So I'll be catching up to the series because there's a 4th one coming out. But this one was really good too. Again, I liked the first one more. So yeah. I do recommend the series though. It's a really good one. It's one of my like top series. Not the top, but like pretty close, you know? And I don't want to say too much on this one because it is the second book. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really good and I highly recommend this series. After Bloodmark, I read Collided by Lauren Asher. And this one, yeah, this is the second book in the Dirty Air series. So this is the one that's about F1 racers. So we follow Liam, our main male. I can't remember the girl's name, but she is the daughter of the like head manager guy that runs the F1 team that, oh crap, I can't remember his name. But yeah, he runs one of the F1 teams. And Liam, I'm pretty sure, is on an opposing team. And so it kind of follows Liam and I can't remember her name. I don't really want to look it up, but Goodreads doesn't say her name. But anyway, so it follows them. And she has a bucket list of like just things she wants to do because she was so kind of coddled and protected and whatnot as a kid. And, you know, she doesn't want to do anything wrong to upset her father and stuff like that. So she has like a bucket list of like different things she wants to do and like naughty things as well that Liam offers to help her with. And so it kind of follows their relationship and also with the F1 space and all that stuff. I quite enjoyed it, actually. I kind of like this one more than the first one as well. So yeah, that one was really cute. And then, hey, no! You do not bite the books. That is disrespectful. Rude. Loki. Alright, and then after Collided, I read Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is the third book in the Powerless trilogy. There is a novella, but technically there's like 3 main books. Oh my gosh, I loved this book. Honestly, for me personally, this was my favorite book of the series. Like the first one was really good. The second one I enjoyed as well, but I felt like it was more like information-y and like more of just like kind of like the middle book. This one, oh my god, I read this in 2 days. I was obsessed. I could not put this book down. So good. So we're still following, I don't want to say too much, but pretty much the Powerless series follows Peyton, and she's entered into a trial, and in this, it follows a world where, you know, there's the elite. I think they're called elite. Hold on, let me check. Because she's an ordinary, so she doesn't have any powers. Elites, yeah. And then elites, so they all have different powers and different like classes of powers. And so she gets thrown into from the first book, she gets thrown into a challenge tournament thing where she has to beat everybody. So it's like challenge to the death kind of thing, and whoever last one standing gets something, which I can't remember. But so in this one, you see, that's all I can really say. I really enjoyed it. I did make the mistake of, what did I do? Oh yeah, so you know how in some books it will have a, what's it called? A bonus chapter? For this one, we had a lot of Peyton's perspectives as well as another character's. And so like when I was reading, I think Fourth Wing and Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, I would read the book and then there'd be the bonus chapters of like, because those books are all in Violet's perspectives, and like the bonus chapter would be in like Xaden's perspective. But I always wish I had read it like right after the chapter so that I could like remember a bit more what happens. So I was like, oh, I'll do that with this one. Don't do that. Don't do that. I got spoiled for the like few chapters that this it follows, and so yeah, it was still like, I was still, what the hell, like what the heck's going on? I was still getting emotional, and then there's like another little reveal after that I was like, oh my god. 5 stars, 6 stars. I could not stop thinking about this book, and I was telling everybody at work about it. The whole series, really. I loved it, personally. I've heard mixed reviews, but this one was one of my favorites. I think this is my favorite of the month so far. Amazing. And then after that, I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Not gonna lie, I was listening to this and it got to the trigger warnings. I was like, oh, I don't need to listen to the trigger warnings. Like, there's not that much that, you know, bothers me. And yeah, I should have listened, because I almost DNF'd this after like the first few pages, because my one thing I can't stand is animal cruelty and of any sort. So you know, we're following, oh, what's the main guy's name? Xavier. He is a veterinarian. And of course, on the first page, I'm just going to tell you, I'm only going to tell you the first chapter, so it's not going to be a spoiler. In the first chapter, pretty much he's dealing with a couple, I think, that are wanting to put their dog down because they like, I'm pretty sure they don't want to take care of it anymore. And they're like, we can't do this. And it's a healthy, I think he's like 4 years old. And I was like, what the fluff? He's fine. The veterinarian ends up taking him. But, oh my God, I literally, after reading that, I almost was like, nope, I can't do this. There are other parts in this where there are some like animals in distress. They're okay. But then the reason Xavier becomes a veterinarian, I like tried to skip it, but I was too late. So I heard the reason, and yeah, let's just say his parents, he doesn't have contact with his parents. His dad was very abusive and an alcoholic, and they had a dog that kept getting pregnant. So I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna leave it there because I don't want to say it. It hurts my heart. So yeah, other than those things, I still really enjoyed this book. I can't remember the girl's name. Sophie? Samantha. She is, I think, like a social media manager for a mustard company, which is freaking hilarious. But honestly, I think this is a little bit insta-lovey, but sometimes when you know, you know. I didn't mind it. I enjoyed their journey of everything that happens, and so that's a dog he sees. It's all, he's on the cover. Anyway, this is kind of an all over the place. I don't want to give too much away because I quite enjoyed it with the, except for the, like, the animal stuff. But I mean, he's a veterinarian, and so it's kind of, wait, stop it! These are my books. My cat's trying to eat my books, guys. Okay. And then I do have one tab in here. Honestly, I can't remember why. I feel like this is what my husband would do, because I think Samantha's talking about, she's like, but like, I could definitely show up with an extra dog or cat now and then, and you just sigh loudly and ask me what his name is. I was like, yeah, that would be me. That would be my husband, I think. You're like, really? Okay, fine. She's an auto-buy author, so I had to buy it. And do you know what's really annoying? This is kind of random, but this is taller than all of her other, all of her other freaking books. So they're all different sizes. Like, why? Apparently in the UK, they all have standard sizes for for paperbacks. Why don't we have that? Because this drives me crazy. But anyway, this was really good. I enjoyed it. So just be aware though, if with the animal stuff, because that was tough. I didn't want to hear it and I didn't skip it. Anyway, it was good. Just be aware of that. Read the trigger warnings. Okay. Ooh. And then after that, I read Heat of the Everflame. So this is the third book in the Kindred Curse saga? Yeah, saga. Oh gosh, does that mean there's going to be more than 4 books? Or is that just the 4? Anyway, so this one is by Penn Cole. This is the third book. I think I just said that. So what can I really say about this? Again, this is another book where there are people with magic and then people without magic. I think the people without magic are just called, oh, what are they? So there's this, the Descended is what they call the people that have magic. And again, like you can have specific kinds of magic. And there's like, there's different ranks. So like more powerful, less powerful, that kind of thing. And then I think Mortals is just what they call the non-magic people. But this one is kind of more of DM's journey. So these ones are a little bit more slow burn, so they kind of build up, and then the last like few chapters is just like bam 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 where all the drama happens. And this one was pretty much like same kind of same timeline, but there's a lot of pining in this with our two main characters, so that's really nice. What else? I feel like there's a lot more events that happened throughout this book compared to the first two, and I knew there was a cliffhanger coming, but damn, did that cliffhanger come, because, you know, like, I'm reading, I was like, holy crap, this is insane. But then it continued, and I was like, what? Like, oh my gosh. And I have to wait till next July 2026 before I get the next one? Like, what the heck? Like, my heart hurts. But it was good. I enjoyed it, even though it hurt me. But yeah, I do recommend this series. It's really good. I actually started reading it because of Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte. She was right. It's awesome. Okay, and then after that, I read Wrecked by Lauren Asher, I'm pretty sure. This is the third book in the Dirty Air series. So this one follows Jax and Elena. Man, Elena's little back history, the prologue, my heart, oh my gosh, I almost started crying. Because, holy crap, it's so heartbreaking. And Jax, his battle, this book discusses a lot of, like, grief, health issues, physical and mental health issues. I quite enjoyed this one as well. It discusses a lot of fun things. Like, the little, like, third act conflict, whatever the heck it is, kind of annoyed me, because it's like, what the heck? So it's following a couple characters you see in the first two books as well, so that's nice that they're kind of interconnected, but you don't necessarily have to read them in order, but I mean, I would. And so it follows them. What is Elena? Elena, I believe, is a PR consultant or whatever. She helps pretty much all of the F1 or whoever, like, kind of clean up their act and clean up their image to the public. So that's her job, and she gets hired to help Jax with his image, and they kind of like butt heads at the beginning. That one's really cute too. I liked that one as well. Okay, and then lastly, I read Glint by Raven Kennedy. This is the second book in the Plated Prisoner series. I'm getting through all my series. So this is the second book, and this one follows Auren. I didn't look it up. I just remembered it. So Auren, she is our main character. Oh, she is the gilded one. She's all gold. So she's like a gold human. And so we're kind of following, like, pretty much this continues off from the last book. And oh my gosh, again, this is a little bit slower. And like the big reveals are at the end again, kind of thing. And there's actually a couple things in the middle, like you have different perspectives in this one. I don't remember there being different perspectives in the first one, but there's different perspectives in this one, and some of the things that are revealed, I was like, what? Honestly, I didn't see them coming. Like, sometimes I'm really good at predicting things like twists and stuff, but then other times I try not to think too hard about it because I want to be surprised. And one of the things I was like, I kind of suspected, but not too much, but then it like was revealed and I was like, oh damn. And then the ending, holy crap, I saw one thing coming. My sister, she's I think she might have even finished them all, and I was talking to her about it, and she tries really hard not to spoil anything for me, but I was just chatting with her and I was like, oh, I think this is gonna happen. I think he's like, this person's this and da-da, and she's like, I'm not saying anything. And I was right for that one, but then something else is revealed at the end. I was like, not seeing coming. I was like, literally, I texted my sister just like what my face looked like. I'll see if I can find it. I took a photo. It's kind of embarrassing, but yeah, where is it? Come on. Oh, hold on. Come. Yeah, this is such a bad photo, but yeah. See, I was just like, holy crap. Yeah, that one kind of blew my mind. And honestly, the first one, I was like, it was good, but like, I'm gonna wait to read the next one. This one, I want to know what happens next. And I'm anxious because the next one is only, like, the next Gleam, I believe, is the third one. And the audiobook is only available on Audible. and I need to use my credit for a different book for my June TBR that I picked. So I downloaded it on my Kindle. We'll see if I actually end up physically reading it. But yeah, those are the 9 books that I read. I had a blast. I think it was a pretty good reading month. This last few days though, I've kind of been, I don't know what I want to read. I was in the middle of my book club book because we have book club coming up in a week. So I'm kind of late to finishing it, and it's The Stardust Thief. And then I also started Silver Elite because everybody's talking about that. So I was like, ooh, and I just got it. I got this one. So I was kind of in a weird mood because I was like, I don't know. Like I started both of those and I was like, I don't know what I want to read. I actually got to the point where I wanted to physically read a book because there was nothing to watch. And I was just, it's been a rough couple days. But yeah. Anyway, so those are the books I read this month. I'm really excited for June and what I can get my hands onto for reading. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!